Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Dr. D's. We are back with another video. So today we're talking about my main man Lubu. We are on the test server and I've been testing him out. And let me just say, if looks could kill, this guy would be absolute deadly. This guy would be deadly, but that's not the case. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad hero because he's actually a good hero, but there's better heroes for each stage. The only stage that I think that he might be like very overpowered for, especially if you have like, I don't know, Gone with the Lord skill, would be Conquer. I think Conquer, he will be one of the top dogs for that stage. AoE Arena is another one where I think that he could be one of the top dogs. You might be able to come out with a good GVG strategy, but all the stages that I'm thinking of using him, well, I thought of using him, I was trying him out and I'm like, oh, there's better heroes, epic, legendary heroes that are non-ancient exclusives, because he is an ancient exclusive, guys. Always remember that. When I think ancient exclusive, I'm thinking of a guy that's going to change my account, a guy that's going to do great things for me. Granted, this guy could do amazing things for my account, but there's better heroes, you know? I don't think that he's worth all the hype. I really like the design though. The design was amazing. I mean, look at this. This guy looks like an absolute beast. It's a shame that he's not as good as I thought he was going to be. And again, let me just say one more time, I'm not saying he's a bad hero. He is a good hero. But when it comes to ancient exclusives, he'd be towards, I don't know, I'd put a good amount of ancient exclusives above my guy Lubu. And let's put him on full display. You guys let me know what your guys' thoughts are. But before we jump into this, if you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, you know, show a little love to your boy. I'd appreciate it. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So I'm going to go over his kit like really fast. Actually, let's do this first. He's part of the Northerner faction. He's also part of the Chaotic faction. So the first thing I thought of was Ardea, right? Because Ardea is part of both these factions as well. So I was thinking, okay, we got ourselves another Ardea. That sounds pretty nice. But I would definitely take Ardea over my boy Lubu. That's just straight facts, right? And I mean, the Northerner faction, come on now. This is like the faction for survivability, crowd controls. It's not a booty clapping faction. I mean, if you have Elder, he could boost your attack when you're shielded, which is nice. But there's better factions for booty clapping. So you're more than likely going to want to use him in the Chaotic faction as long as you have a Chaotic Lord. But let's go into his kit real fast. So we got the talent. Every 12 seconds, the next basic attack consumes 15% of current HP to gain Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike basically deals AoE damage. Deals 320% AoE damage to up to 10 enemies in a large area ahead. So this is actually pretty nice because his range, it's just 3 tiles ahead. He doesn't have any width to his range. Even when he hits his ultimate, it's still just 3 tiles ahead. So the fact that he has this Chaos Strike that will actually deal damage to enemies that are not only in his range, but just enemies that are in front of him, it makes it really nice, because if it was just in a straight line the whole time, he would be a lot more, he wouldn't be as usable, right? So when deployed, immediately enters the Deep Descent. The Deep Descent basically, here, let me just read this out, enters a state with independent HP and it starts with 65% HP. When Chaos Strike is triggered, inflicts 50% slow for 3 seconds. That's nice, gives a little bit of crowd controls. It's not going to be the highest, which is 75%. It's not going to be the lowest either, but 50% is right in the middle. It's nice, it's not bad. Then when receiving fatal damage in this state, exits the state and restores 50% HP. Basically, once he dies while he's in this state, he will get another crack at life at 50% health, which is pretty nice, you know, gives him a little bit extra survivability to the kit, which is always nice for a Chaotic faction hero. And he also gains enhancement effects of the ultimate Dark Star, so that is going to be his ultimate. But cannot use ultimate during the state, which is understandable because he's already doing his ultimate, right? When HP drops below 65%, Chaos Strike trigger interval is reduced by 2 seconds. So to sum this up, he's basically going to be losing HP, which is understandable, right? Because he is part of the Chaotic faction. And then on top of that, when he's first deployed, he's going to be entering the Deep Descent, and he's also going to gain the enhancement effects of his ultimate, which is pretty nice, right? Then we come right down here. We got his ultimate, the Dark Star. Basically, all his damage is going to revolve around his ultimate. It's actually a pretty nice ultimate. It goes 3 blocks forward. So he doesn't have quite the range of Valkyra or Ardea or Eris, but it's still a nice range for a fighter unit. So it goes 3 blocks forward, and immediately he enters Deep Descent. Upon reaching maximum power, immediately enters Deep Descent and gains enhancement effects, increases zone attack by 40%, and reduces the trigger interval of Chaos Strike by an extra 3 seconds. Let's go. So this is a booty clapping ultimate right here. And then we come down here to the bond skill. This is actually going to be pretty cool because a lot of us are going to get Diao-chan, Meow-chan, whatever you want to call her. But if you do happen to get her, because I believe it's going to be 200 summons, then you will automatically get her. So hopefully everyone has enough summons for my girl right there, because she's awesome. She's awesome. I really like Diao-chan, but that's another story for another time. So increases the duration of Deep Descent and Enhanced State from his ultimate Dark Star gained upon deployment by 15 seconds. That's actually pretty nice, you know. We're increasing his when he gets laid down over here. I think it's 15 seconds. So he gets laid down. This lasts for 15 seconds along with the ultimate Dark Star. We're basically doubling it, right? Which is pretty cool. And then we have his passive, the Lapse of Reason. This is just basically rage regen for days, and it helps him get his ultimate back quicker so he could do more booty clapping, which is always good, right? When not in Deep Descent, gains 1.5% rage when attacking enemies. For every 20% max HP of damage taken, gains 2% rage. Both effects double when current HP drops below 50%. I mean, that's a chaotic faction kind of passive, right? But that's cool because we are going to get his ultimate back quicker and slicker. So we come over here, we got Power Hungry. When HP is below 65%, increases damage by 30%. Come on now, chaotic faction, right? For each ally within 2 tiles with HP below 65%, increases damage by 10%, up to 30% increase. That's not bad. That's not bad. A little bit more damage. It's going to go good with a good chaotic team. That's why I was thinking like Guild Wars might be able to come up with some strategy. It does suck that he can't hit air units, but at the same time, we make do with what we got. If he can do enough booty clapping on the ground, he should be legit, right? So when the hero's or an ally's HP drops below 65% for the first time, he gains 30% rage. So he's going to be getting his ultimate back quite fast, right? And then we also have arena damage increase that increases the damage in the arena by 15%. More booty clapping for my guy makes for a good day. Let's go. His damage type is normal. Same as Ardea. Then we have his artifact. I actually threw the Eye of Sin on him. I'm making this a little more practical because most of us are not going to be able to get his exclusive fully upgraded, and I tested it out when the exclusive is not upgraded at all compared to the Eye of Sin. Eye of Sin does a little bit more damage, which is understandable, right? So we got the Eye of Sin on him, and let's see, the way I built him was Soulbound Arcana. I mean, he's going to get his ultimate back rather quickly. He's going to keep popping it, and then we're going to just gain the 50% damage increase. And then we also have the Warlord set. So the one thing that stood out to me was his base attack right here, 5,418. To put that into comparison with Ardea, Ardea's at 7,976. That's like miles ahead of my boy Lubu. That's not good. I hope they fix this, because 5,418 for an ancient exclusive is no bueno. If they could up this, I think that it would really help him. But as of right now, he's at 5,418. So let's go on and take a look at his total attributes. I mean, we did get the attack all the way up to 22,700. Let's go. His cost is 20. I mean, that's all right for a fighter unit. Then we come down here, we got his attack speed 399. We got his crit rate above 100%, which is unnecessary, but at least we got it to 100. His crit damage is a little low, but that's okay. That's okay. 251.5%. Then we have 0% rage on him, but honestly, his passive's going to restore his rage pretty quickly, so it's not necessary. We could go over his awakening tree, but I'm just going to put him on full display. Let's go ahead. Let's start with Gear Raid 1. So before I put him on full display in here, this is what I'm talking about though. So like in Gear Raid 1, he's good for it, but he's not going to be the best. even let's see, Gear Raid 2, I could see him being good for it. He's 100% not going to be the best. Gear Raid 3, of course, he's not going to be good. He can't hit air units, so he's not even, he's basically useless for that stage. Gear Dungeon 1, I was trying so many different strategies with my man right here. It's not even funny. I was trying him for the bottom side. I was trying him for the top side. Well, I didn't even try him for the top side because he can't reach. He's only 3 blocks forward, you know, and that's kind of a bummer. A guy with that kind of range, he can't reach all the way to the back. But you know, he's just kind of there. I even tried to do a chaotic faction. I tried Gon. I threw Gon in here, and I was trying to get him and Gon to clear the bottom side with Beelzebub and Artemis, and it's just not happening. I mean, he's definitely not going to be the best for this stage. And then even Gear Dungeon 2. I mean, so this is my whole thought behind it. We get Estrid, or excuse me, we get Volca for free. Volca can handle the bottom side. When I say bottom side, I'm talking about right down here. Volca can handle right down here. I used her stage 10. She cleared down here for me like a boss. Okay, we get Volca for free. We don't need Lubu. Of course, Lubu probably be good for this. I mean, he's got 3 block range. He would probably do good things. But then we also have Estrid. Estrid is really good for right here. And then we also have Estrid for right up here. She's really good for right here. And Estrid is an epic. We don't have to waste ancient summons to get her. So do we need him for this stage? Probably not. Would he be good for this stage? Yeah, I could see it. He'd probably be good. But yeah, I mean, that's just my whole thought process behind it. He's not like one of the top dogs for any of these stages. So I'm going to put him, I'm basically going to show you guys this strategy with Lubu and Magda. Magda is magic damage, so she is a little better for this stage. But at the same time, again, like I said, he's not going to be one of the better ones for the stage, but he's good for the stage. And I'll show you exactly what I mean with the gear he has on. I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. And, you know, he's not going to be viable for single target. I was actually testing him for Guild Boss. His damage was nowhere close to all the other booty clappers I have in there. So there's better heroes for both the Guild Bosses. Well, I didn't try Guild Boss 2, but I'm just assuming. Then, okay, so let's start with Lubu. Well, we'll do Lubu right here. Let's go ahead. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me restart this. We're going to start with Dahlia. Then we're going to lay down my main man Beelzebub. The reason why we're laying down Lubu last is because of his talent. We're going to get a free ultimate. Why not, right? 18, 19, 20. So they're all about to come in, and we're going to go ahead and lay them down. Boom, free ultimate time. Let's go. By the way, I already have Dialchan on the test server, so of course he's going to okay, pop both of those. So of course he's going to have the Bonsko unlocked. But you know, like, I mean, we're looking at it, it's not bad. He's not doing bad. Here, hang on, let me lay out Elowen. Like, but I am using Gon's Lord skill, so just keep that in mind as well. And I'm keeping him out of reach of Elowen, so his health can kind of go down, right? I tried using him in this front portion right here, like right over here, but he just kept dying. I couldn't keep him alive to save my life. And also, I don't want to heal him. I want his damage to be lower so we could get more damage, right? Chaotic faction problems, right? So let's go ahead and let's start popping all these bad boys. Let's go. Now, Conqueror stage, I think I already mentioned this, but just in case I didn't, I can't remember. A Conqueror stage, he is going to be an absolute beast for. Like, I think him and Ardea are just going to be godlike on that stage. But you know, is it worth me wasting my ancient summons? Probably not. If I pull him, will I be happy? Probably not. But if I pull him, will I be like, oh, maybe we could do some interesting strategies? Yeah, I think that would be good, right? Maybe pairing him in the first thing I would probably try him in is Guild Wars. I'm curious to see how he fares in Guild Wars. Especially in a chaotic team, because I have good chaotic heroes. I just don't have Valderon. But it'll be interesting to see. You would probably, actually, you would have to use Gon. as your tank. But I mean, look, the wall's almost dead, and we're almost dead. You know, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And then boom, they get through. So just to put it in comparison, here, let's check his damage first. But just to put it in comparison, let's check this damage right quick. I mean, it's all right, 67 million. He couldn't keep up with Dahlia though, 105 million. And on top of that, we're using Gon's Lord skill, and Dahlia is using this chick's Lord skill, Abizu. So we're using an epic Lord skill with Dahlia, and you know, and let me show you guys. So you guys might be like, yo, D's, you're only using 4 heroes. Yeah, let me show you guys what Magda will do. Let's just go ahead and switch this. So we're going to take the gear. Let's go ahead, boom. And let's take Lubu's gear, same gear. And then we're going to do the same exact artifact. My main man Lubu. Well, actually, here, let's take Ardeas. Boom. And watch her put in work. So this is like my best comparison, because if you're looking at it, when you think of, well, me personally, when I think of AoE damage, like if I have Gear Raid 1, Gear Dungeon 1, or even Gear Dungeon 2, you know, so you need good AoE damage. I always think like Cultist faction, Esotericist faction, maybe not for Gear Dungeon 2, but it would work if we absolutely needed it, right? So, you know, these are my go-tos. I go ahead, I lay down Magda. Let's go ahead and change to 2-time. Let's go ahead and lay down Dahlia. And then we're going to lay down Bubba. I did that on purpose. I don't know why. It's late at night, all right? Okay, so now we're going to pop all their ultimates. Now watch this magic. Boom, boom. I mean, just deleted, bro. Just deleted. Just deleted. Not even close. My goodness. My goodness. Why would you even... I mean, of course, if you're in the early game, mid game, and you're struggling on this, I mean, my boy Lubu's going to do good things for you, but you know, Cultist faction all the way. You know, you could throw down Zarish, you could throw down, and again, you could probably, if you have a Lubu, see, I have him on a Chaotic Lord though. If I had him on a Northerner Lord, his damage goes way down. It's not even close how much damage he gets. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. If you have Gon, then go ahead and use him, or even Vladov, I think that's his name, the Wolfman. Go ahead and use him, and he will do good damage. But in a Northerner faction, his damage is just non-existent. I tried it earlier, and I was like, Jesus, this is really bad. Okay, so let's have them all come in, and then boom, 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 and they're all deleted. I mean, it is a beautiful thing. Let me go ahead and take a little Zenny Zen right now. I mean, come on. Come on, it's not even comparable, guys. Also, Magda has knockback, which makes it very nice. Also, Magda, she only has 2 blocks. That's 1 less block than my boy, Lubu. But look at that. It turns into a gosh dang rectangle. That's what makes her so potent. That's what makes her so special. And that's what makes her so good. I'll take this. If it's an AoE booty clapper, I'll take this range right here over 3 block range all day. Give me this range. Estrid is also the only other fighter unit that has this range for AoE booty clapping, along with Magda, which is what makes them so good. I think if Lubu had this range, it would kind of be a game changer. And also if his base attack was a little higher, it would make him a lot better. But, you know, and I don't want you guys attacking me, right? Like, dude, Lubu's so good. Oh my God, I love Lubu. I can't wait to get Lubu. Like, I'm not saying he's bad, you know? And I know you guys are like, dude, Deez, how many times are you going to say this? But I just want to reiterate it because I have a feeling there's going to be Lubu lovers out there that's going to come at me hot. So I just want you guys to understand that I'm not saying he is a bad hero. I'm just thinking that he's not going to be the top dog for any of these stages, excluding like Conquer stage. But I mean, Conquer stage and AoE Arena, I don't like Arena in general. I just did a video on Prospector about it. And Conquer stage, I mean, who cares? But that's just me, you know. I don't know. But he will be very good nonetheless for that. But I mean, you see the difference, right? Do I really need to finish this out? We're going to defeat this stage with just 4 heroes, because that's how good the cultist faction is. And we're only using an epic lord skill, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, normally I finish this with like 50% wall left, but I guess that's not going to be the case right now. But not a problem. We're going to kill them all right here. Oh my goodness, he's out of reach of her range. You got to be kidding me. There he goes, he dies. And then of course he's going to be healing himself. Why wouldn't he be? So let's go ahead, booty clapping time. I mean, this is just going to take a while. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Almost dead. Don't you go healing yourself, bro. Don't you do it. All right, there, he's dead. So now let's take a look at Magda's damage. Okay, let's take a look at it. I mean, you guys already know what it's going to be, right? You guys already know the business. Magda's going to be very high. She's going to be top of the leaderboard because Magda is about that life, guys. And also on artifact material raid, let's go ahead and put him on full display. So I'm going to take his gear and put it back on him. And then let me go to Ardea. Where is Ardea? Because I took the artifact off of Ardea. So we're going to have them both in this artifact. And Lubu is really good for artifact material raid stage 21. This is a stage where I would say that he's pretty good for. But it depends on where you're using him. It depends on where you're using him. So let me show you guys exactly what I mean. Okay, my boy Lubu is going to be really good for right here. Right here, he would be really good. Maybe throw a tank in front of him. And he's just going to clean house. Him and Ardea. And I think artifact material raid stage 21 is one of the better stages. But honestly, I don't know. I feel like this isn't too hard of a stage in general. Because fighter units are a dime a dozen, right? And as long as you have Estrid, you should be able to finish this. Or Magda. I mean, Magda is an absolute beast for this, but I'm saying Estrid because she's an epic. But nonetheless, Lubu's going to be really good for right here. We come over here. We're going to lay him down. We're going to lay down my girl Ardea. Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, maybe I should have held that because he enters his ultimate right here. Actually, let's redo that. Okay, let's do it the right way. So we're going to start with Ardea. Let's go ahead and lay her down right here. Let's go ahead and lay down my boy Gon. Let's lay down my boy Baron. Let's change it to 2-time. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then let's go ahead and lay down my boy Lubu. So now they're all coming in. They're all coming in. Okay, he smacked the ground. I'm going to go ahead and lay out Hollow right here. I would prefer them not to get healed, but we kind of need it. But, you know, they're doing decent. They're doing decent. Here, let's go ahead and hit Lubu's ultimate right here. Boom. All right, let's go. But see, Ardea already cleared her side, and he's still struggling on his side, right? But he's still good for this. I'm not saying he's not good. Here, come on, Lubu. Kill him, Jesus. Okay, well, he couldn't clear his side. Ardea could clear her side. That is unfortunate. Honestly, it's more RNG. Sometimes he clears it, sometimes he doesn't. But Ardea is definitely the better one out of the two, right? It's not even close for me. I mean, Ardea's attack is like, her base attack is way higher. That alone makes her that much better. And she has an extra block of range. And she's just like, you know, when Ardea got released, I was like, okay, I have to have this chick. With Lubu, it's like, he'd help me, but he's not going to change my account. And, you know, I stick by what I said, you know. I think, I know some of you guys are going to give me heat for saying this, but this is just how I feel. I'm just giving you my opinion, especially after I've tested him out. I was looking at all the stages. I was like, oh man, I mean, he's going to be meta for like, I don't know, Conquer. I mean, maybe AoE Arena. He could be meta for that. I don't care about Arena, but all you Arena lovers, you might want to get your hands on your on a Lubu. But I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, I could test him on all these stages if you guys wanted me to, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek on what he can do and what his kit's all about, right? But definitely anxious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. And by the way, just so you guys see it, Conquer boss is not up, so I can't put him on display in there, but I'm pretty sure he will be one of the top dogs for that stage. Actually, I'm almost positive. But that's all I got for tonight's video. But you guys have a great rest of your night, and thank you for making it to the end.